this is Japanese again and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So before we proceed guys, I would like to ask you to please consider subscribing to my humble YouTube channel, and please don't forget to hit the notification bell button for you to get updated of my new upcoming videos. So for today's video guys, I would like to share with you quickly. I decided to make this video because there are some few people had been asking me what are the process, what are the requirements of this whole thing. So these are the list of requirements of Filipino foreigner civil wedding in the Philippines. So if you are planning to have a civil wedding here in the Philippines, what you need to do first is you need to go in your LCR, the local civil registrar in your municipality. Where are you located? So personally ask all of those requirements, so you will really know what to do first and what are all those requirements needed to comply. In my case, we went first in the LCR, and this is really important that you go first in your LCRs, because it really depends on the local civil registrar what are the requirements that they will give you that you needed to comply. So the first thing I would like to share with you is this is the marriage license requirements for a Filipina. So number one is the PSA's birth certificate. My PSA birth certificate, so I have it already, like spend a long time can. And the PSA Sinumar, I went there in the Philippine Statistic Office there in Nami City, the nearby city from us. So I went there in the PSA office to get my Sinumar. At the same time, I also get the Sinumar of my husband to be, because you can get it here in the PSA. My Sinumar and my uh, husband Sinumar, so you can get it once. This Sinumar or certificate of no marriage, they need this one because this is the proof if you are not been married before. And number three is the valid ID, so you need to provide a valid ID. Number four requirements are the community tax certificate or cedula. So you can get this in your barangay or you can get it in your municipality. And number five is the 1x1 and 2x2 photo. So in my case, they don't ask me for this 1x1 or 2x2 photo. Number six is the barangay certificate. So this requirement, you can get this in your barangay. The rule here is you can get this barangay certificate if you're already living on that place 6 months. From 6 months onwards, maximum time is 6 months for you to be able to get a barangay certificate on that place. Seven is the death certificate. So this is for if deceased spouse, they are widow. Number eight is the parental consent. So this is for if you are age 18 to 21 below, so you need to provide this parent consent. Don't need this one, I am old enough. So and then number nine is the parental advice. So this requirement is if you are age 21 to 25 below, so you really need to provide this parental advice if you are under 21 to 25 years old below. So these are the 9 list of requirements needed for a Filipino to comply. We only provide 5 list of requirements in that. So that is just for the Filipina that she needed to comply. So the next one, we will going to talk about the a list of requirements that the foreigner needed to comply. Marriage license requirements for a foreigner. This is the important list of requirements that a foreigner needed to comply. So first is the certificate of legal capacity to contract marriage. This is really important requirements. Depends on the country where your husband to be coming from. So my husband is from US. So this is the most important requirement for a foreigner must have when you intend to marry in the Philippines. So it's a certificate stating there are no legal impediments to your marriage, no marriage objections, especially where you reside and are not currently married to another person. So about this legal capacity, guys, without the pandemic before, I can say that it is very hassle because you need to what you need to do is you need to go there in an embassy, to go in a consular office for you to get that legal capacity. You need to set an appointment, so it will really consume so much time and so much money. So in my case, guys, since the pandemic, there are also advantage of the pandemic, because there is also good effect in in the pandemic. For now, they changed the way of where you can get the legal capacity, because they changed the rule like it was last April 20. Temporarily, you need to visit their website, and there are some form on they posted on their website that you can just print that one, and then you can bring it to the local attorney's office. Then it is valid. They are allowed that uh, a thing since the pandemic started. Less time, less money. It won't consume so much time for you. So what my husband did before he came here, he already printed all the documents from that website. So when he get here, once he get here, it's ready, and what we need to do is went in the local attorney's office, and then make it valid. So they have in their embassy website that you need to print that legal capacity, and then can bring it in the local. So it's all valid and it's all done. So yeah, so that is the you know advantage also of the pandemic, because it won't consume so much time and money for you. Spend easy now about getting that legal capacity. So this one, guys, this is really depends on the country. So my husband is from the US, so that's what he did. uh, Print that and bring it to the local attorney. So and it's all done. That is really easy. And number two, guys, this is a birth certificate. So your husband to be need to provide a birth certificate. So this birth certificate should be from his country. Number three is the certificate of no marriage. So like I mentioned you earlier, this certificate, I get it also in the PSA for him, because he can get it. You are allowed to get it for him. So I get his PSA Senomar in the PSA office in the nearby city. And number four is the passport copy. So your husband to be needs to provide also of his passport copy. And number five is also the 1 by 1 and 2 by 2. So like in my requirements also, he don't provide this photo. And number six is the divorce decree. So your husband to be needs to provide these requirements if he's divorced. He's been divorced before, so before he came here, he already get that requirements. Number seven is the judicial decree of annulment. The people from here in the Philippines, because we all know that annulled is just here in the Philippines. And number eight is the death certificate of deceased spouse. So you need to provide this if you are widow. Eight requirements of a marriage license for a foreigner that you needed to comply. These eight requirements, my husband only provide five of this. And next, These are the marriage license requirements I needed to be done by the bride and groom. Number one is the marriage license application form. So about this form, you need to attend also the pre-marriage counseling. So in our case, we have supposed to have two sessions of the uh, marriage counseling. So we already attend one marriage counseling session because it's the requirements needed for you to be able to get the marriage license form. And number two, of attendance in free marriage counseling. So this is supposed to be our second time to attend the marriage counseling. They will going to give you, they will schedule you when to attend the marriage counseling. But in our case, we asked a favor because we are in a hurry and we don't have enough time because my husband will, his flight will be the next few days, and then we're running out of time. They give us the favor not to attend the second marriage counseling since we already attend the first one. And number three is the personal appearance. So of course your personal appearance needed. Marriage license form, you need to wait 10 days. If this is out of 13 days, they will ask you to have the wedding ceremony. They will ask you what date you would like to do the wedding ceremony. So marriage license form is available after 13 days. Please note that the marriage license is good for 120 days only. So you really need to have that wedding ceremony within 120 days. So if you have already prepared the marriage ceremony, so you can marry anywhere in the Philippines. We got the judge in our municipality. She is the one did our ceremony. So they are the one can solemnize your marriage. You need also the witnesses. So our wedding is, I have my family. My husband, it's his first time to come here in the Philippines. And then the first time he come here, we get married. Before he came here, he already get ready all the requirements needed. Everything is ready. I'm so thankful that everything is going smoothly. So my husband is really sure about me. It's our first meeting and he was so sure of getting married on me. He arrived here in the Philippines last July 8th, and then we got married last July 29th. He went home August. So while we waited on our marriage license form, guys, we went there in Sikihor. So while waiting on that marriage license form, we went there in Sikihor. And then when we come home, exactly that it's almost 10 days. So we go there in the local civil registrar, and yes, it's there already. Everything is ready. So we already set a date for a wedding ceremony, and it happened in my municipality. So it's all done, and say your I do's and sign the marriage contract. And congratulations, you are official. Guys, please feel free to comment if you have questions, and I will, willing to answer that one. End it here, and thank you so much for watching, and God bless everyone. Take care. Bye.